Hi, I'm Johnny, the Mindset Maven, and it's a great opportunity to come today to talk about discovering entrepreneurs. So, the question in this segment that I'm going to answer is what is a kingdompreneur? A kingdompreneur is very different but intertwined with an entrepreneur, except it's from a kingdom perspective. And Dr. Miles Monroe is amazing in this space. He talks about the kingdom. And what the quote that I'm going to give you was a kingdompreneur is someone who is empowered by God to take on a kingdom mission using business as the vehicle. So, business is the vehicle. And that doesn't mean that you don't generate income. That doesn't mean that your customer service is bad. That means your customer service is extraordinary and you expect limited unlimited resources. That's the key with being a kingdom entrepreneur. It just means that you're set up from a different perspective. So when you look at the key traits and characteristics of being a kingdompreneur, you look that you are purpose driven, that you're a servant leader, and faith in God's provision. So faith in business is about a kingdompreneur is a person who comes in and they do business from a kingdom perspective. However, they still know, learn, and they're a business person. And the Bible talks about in business be men. That's not a gender term. That's be authentic, be on the top of your game, offer innovative and creative ideas. Then you look at the service aspect of it for your business. And so, in this regard, you serve at a higher level. I'm going to give you an example. In the United States, we have an organization called Chick-fil-A, which is phenomenally known as one of the number one service agencies, customer service in our area in the U.S. However, they are closed on Sunday, and they do not hide that they their faith or anything like that. So the key is they still do business, they accept money, they are totally business oriented, right? However, their mission, vision, and purpose is with a kingdom mindset. So when you look at that, that is one of the examples of how do we do business from a kingdom perspective. So ministry and business is like this. They interlock instead of like this, they're separate. A lot of people I know, and you may know, in as an entrepreneur says, well, that's work and this is church, or this is what I believe in and that's my business, and they separate it. As a kingdompreneur, you intersect it. So the concept of kingdom is a fusion, as I said, intersection of entrepreneurship and faith-based leadership. From a leadership perspective, you lead people through what I call influence, and John Maxwell talks about influence, and you manage things. So as a kingdompreneur, you look at leaders and you support them, you influence them positively, all of that. You establish your boundaries and what your ethics and integrity is and what the mantra is of your organization. As an entrepreneur, you look at the motive of why you're in business. What is the problem you solve? All of that, right? And then how does it impact the kingdom? Then the other things, your skill set is still of a high value and you're still out in the marketplace. That doesn't change, but it adds faith. So faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So you have the added tool of faith in business, and that will help us through any situation that we're dealing with in business. So as a kingdompreneur, and this is an excellent example when I see the key to the kingdom, right? how the people are standing at the gate, but there is an opening to shift from being just a natural entrepreneur to going in and being a kingdom minded entrepreneur. Some of the benefits of being a kingdom entrepreneur is alignment with the purpose and the plans and the thoughts God has for us. In Jeremiah 29:11, it talks about that. The other thing is we go in to impact legacy, not just leaving a legacy, but living a legacy in our business and our lives every day. However, I do not want to get away from the side that there are challenges. Sometimes, and I've heard it, people talk about, as an example, Chick-fil-A and said they need to be open on Sunday. But the lines never stop. Anytime, Monday through Saturday, when Chick-fil-A is open, there is a line. And so it's almost like it is like they value God and they let all of their employees be off on Sunday. And then people are in line on Saturday and they're so excited about getting back in line on Monday, right? So by them valuing their mantra, their belief system, all of that, what they've done is align their business according to that. But does the marketplace challenge it? Yes. Will they say something about it when you do whatever you do to align your business as far as your kingdom belief system? Absolutely. However, is it in alignment with your vision, purpose, and destiny? That's the key. And then balancing your priorities is always critical, whether you're in a kingdom minded business or in business. It doesn't matter. If you're doing life and you work for someone else, aligning your life is very critical. And I talk about intentional imbalance. It is not a balance being like this. It's intentional imbalance. Where does your energy need to flow in the moment? So when we come to traits of the kingdom and transforming business and the impact it has, the symbol that came to me was the sword and the shield. So these are some of the things that I thought of to share with you when I look at a purpose driven mindset for a kingdompreneur. That servant leadership we've already discussed, integrity and ethics are critical in this. Unwavering faith, we've talked about our faith. Now let's talk a moment about generosity. To be generous is to give of what you have, and how you become generous and who you become generous to is something that could be aligned, should be, in my case, aligned to my belief system, of course, and alignment to my mission and purpose. Now, when you look at the collaborative side and your innovation and creation, the collaboration is really critical about who you partner with, who do you collab with, and then the innovation and creativities, what problems are you solving? And then the resilience piece happens because it happens. Life happens. Life happens whether you're saved and you have a kingdom minded business. Life happens whether you're in the world and you don't have a kingdom minded business. The difference is my resilience is I know who's the author and finisher of my faith. You know that the things you've been through is that everything is going to work out for your good. Your mindset as a kingdom minded entrepreneur is in a place that your faith comes into play when you talk about resilience. And then we, as kingdom minded entrepreneurs, as kingdompreneurs, right? We go from a global perspective. Yes, global. When our business is online, or even if we're serving in our local community, it needs to be from a global perspective because the whole earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell within. It's from a wholeness and global perspective. And then the other thing, it's about eternity. It's about supporting people and doing things from an eternal perspective. And just keep that in mind. Now, understanding the mindset of a kingdompreneur, that's part of it, because if you want to know, like the question in the beginning, remember, is what is a kingdompreneur? So the kingdompreneur's mindset is about integrating faith, right? I've talked about that. How we integrate faith in business and work together and fulfilling your purpose, and how that drives everything in your business, how that drives things in your life. So a kingdompreneur focuses on the kingdom and aligning our goals and values and actions. Then we look at the mission and we become accountable. Remember when I said collaboration, accountability, and we're going to do a segment on masterminding, which is a deeper level of accountability and seeking to address societal needs, not just your personal needs, societal needs, and promote social justice and well-being. So, what is your lifestyle as a kingdompreneur? You prioritize your spiritual disciplines like prayer and meditation. You know how powerful affirmations are. Your habits and your beliefs are in alignment. Now, you are humble and you are meek. However, that doesn't mean that you allow other people to run over you. Meekness is power under control. Humility is, I know who I am. I know what God has promised me, and it's not about me, it is about Him. We talked about the worldview and how that interacts with the decisions and the values that we have. Now, stewardship, most people, when we think about stewardship, we only look at money. Stewardship is more than money. Stewardship is money, your time, your talent, all of those things, and even opportunities. All of that is stewardship. And how does those things align with your purpose? Your purpose is your guiding light, your North Star. What drives you? What are you aligned to? What's calling you out? What are the things that cause your, I'll say it like this, baby to leap, your joy to be higher, greater, that aligns with your focus and attention? Then we look at representation. Who do we represent when we go out? Who do we represent in our business? Who do we represent as a professional, right? We don't wait until we get into the four walls of the church. We strive for integrity in everything we do. We are honest and we are transparent. Those are the keys. We build trust because people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. That is the easiest way for people to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And that's from John Maxwell, and many others have talked about that. Now, what about the business? As a understanding the kingdompreneur from the business perspective talks about how we take the business to glorify God, that He would be glorified, edified, and magnified, and that we would take our provisions from our business and align those provisions to continue to drive forward, to expand, to grow, to enhance our businesses. So these are some other things as a summary. Mindset matters. Business is the key. And ministry is when business and ministry crosses across. And if I could do it this way, with our will, our actions, our soul, our mind, our will, and our emotions, which is connected to our mindset, is in the center and being cradled by those things. So this is the key to that. And as I close this up for the final slide, let me say this. Integrating faith into business is one of the most powerful things you'll do as a leader, as a kingdompreneur. This is revelatory, and walk into not just the revelation of it, but the power that it has as you build and create a culture and making a kingdom impact. Now, know this, there are some downloads that are connected to this segment, and there is also a quiz. So please go through that area as you move forward. And again, go back and replay, go back and read, go back and make sure that this is a part of your everyday journey, and every decision you make will impact how you move forward.